Bitcoin has been breaking to the downside, but holding its support. Stocks are tanking. The market's screaming a big ass trap. This could be the buying opportunity of a lifetime. So don't panic. Stick with me to find out why Bitcoin is about to flip the script. Welcome back, Crypto Crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in Bitcoin action. Make sure that you give us a like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you come on over to X and follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. All right, let's set the stage, crew. Stocks. Okay, U.S. stock market is in a mess right now. It's pure chaos. The S&P, the Dow have been bleeding out with trillions wiped off the board thanks to Trump's tariff bombshell earlier this month. On April 7th, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ went on a wild ride but ended flat, while the Dow took a hit. Now, the VIX, Wall Street's fear and greed indicator spiked to levels we haven't seen since 2020. Goldman is even calling for a 30% drop in the S&P 500 down to around 4,000. Why? Those 104% tariffs on Chinese imports that just kicked in after midnight have spooked everybody about the global trade war and recession. Investors have been running from risk like the plague. Now, let's go over to U.S. Treasuries. Now, this is quite interesting. U.S. Treasuries, they're a safe haven play right now. The 10-year Treasury yield dropped to a 6-month low of 3.86 on April 4th. But as of now, it bounced right now to 4.43. That's a flip-flop, screams uncertainty. People want safety, but inflation fears are creeping in. This is all weighing in on Bitcoin, yet Bitcoin's holding its own. You understand this marketplace is chaotic, but Bitcoin is holding, so something is up. But right now, in short, bond prices and yields have moved in opposite directions because yields reflect the return on bond relative to its current market price. Now, you got to understand, while the coupon payments remain consistent, rising interest rates push bond prices down to increase yields, and falling interest rates lift bond prices, reducing yields. It's a seesaw effect driven by market dynamics and the fixed nature of bond cash flows. These tariffs could slow growth and heat up prices. So treasuries are stuck in a tug of war. But this is where it gets juicy. Bitcoin, while it tanked below 80,000 over the weekend and it hit the 74,000 price low, it's just been crawling back. It's been sitting, right at a support. It's holding. But sure, now it's down, but it's nowhere near as bad as the stock market is down. I mean, the stock market's taking a pounding. So analysts are buzzing about a decoupling where they're basically saying that Bitcoin could actually be flexing itself as a hedge against this mess. Look, even Trump Secretary Scott Bessent said he called it a store of value rivaling gold. GameStop, MicroStrategy piling into Bitcoin only fuels that fire. But is it time to buy? Let's hit the technicals. All right, this is where we separate the noise from the signal. Don't fall for the panic. Look, Bitcoin's daily chart is flashing a bullish divergence. That's seller exhaustion meeting fresh buyer momentum, a classic setup for a reversal. Now, if we come on over to the Bitcoin is entering a bottoming zone. Now, historically, when this hits, we see exponential price growth. The last time this happened, we saw a 51% pump. Then we saw a 108% pump. And now we're looking at a potential for a 42% pump from here. Now, legends are loading up right now. We've got weekly super trend flashing. This is another indicator right now. The weekly super trend is flashing red. Last time this happened, the market nuked. But this time, smart money appears to be buying. If you look at the total market cap, what we're seeing right now is, excluding Bitcoin, we're seeing the same chart formation from 2018 to 2020 to 2020 to 2025, and look where we are with the fear and greed index. This is crazy. It is crazy. Now, we've discussed this before. We talked about global liquidity. Global markets have formed a double bottom. That's a downward trend begging for a breakout. Bitcoin's in a falling wedge pattern right now, perhaps about to snap. The wedge could see a clean retest soon. Right now, we've got a downside move, but I'm calling it a trap. If stocks rebound, which I think they are going to rebound because they've been holding their own, and right now China just put another tariff on us, and the marketplace is not reacting to it. So it's hinting that stocks could actually rebound a little bit. If stocks rebound and Bitcoin outperforms, which it's hinting at, we could see a massive upward bounce. Now, the CME gap is still sitting above Bitcoin's current price, that 84,100. Yes, that's a target for the short-term traders. History says there's a 90% chance that it fills fast. Now, with the extreme greed and the extreme greed hitting the market right now, this I believe is a golden buying opportunity. Now, short-term risk, sure. Long-term reward, oh, you bet. You bet. So what's the play? If you're trading that CME gap, that's your target, quick profits. If Bitcoin surges, for the hoodlers out there, this fear is your cue. Load up while the weak hands panic sell. Bitcoin's resilience is here. We got all the news, man. Corporate adoption, it screams opportunity. Just watch the stock market. That's the wild card, okay? Now, before we move on, make sure that you are trading with the best. You got to be teamed up with Pionex, our go-to broker for killer trade setups. We got fresh trades incoming daily. Click the link below. Join the action. Pionex is where the winners play. Don't sleep on this. Follow us there and level up your game. So what's the wrap up, crew? What's the wrap up? Stocks are reeling from tariffs. Treasuries are definitely volatile. And Bitcoin, well, it's in a falling wedge, okay? The market's a rolling coaster, but Bitcoin's technicals right now are screaming buy. Okay, so what do you think? Bullish or bearish on Bitcoin? Drop your take in the comments and let's keep this conversation going on X. If you like the breakdown, please smash the like button, subscribe. Make sure you follow us on X. And remember, always as a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Do your own research. Trade with your head and not over it. Tom signing out. Cheers.